Great pleasure right now to welcome to the program a woman who's written a very interesting and I'm sure helpful book. It's called 30 Days for Social Media Success. We're joined by Gail Z. Martin today from the beautiful state of, I believe you said North Carolina, right, Gail?
Yes, I do.
How are things up there in North Carolina? I know you said it was getting a little chilly up there.
A little chilly today, but not anything to complain about, that's for sure.
A good day to stand by your computer and do social media, right? See how I worked that in?
It is.
Well, this has really exploded, this whole social media thing. I remember a few years ago, I think Facebook started, if I'm not wrong, as pretty much just for colleges, for kids to be able to see their other students online and maybe get to know each other. Was that how it started originally?
It did indeed. It started, I believe, at Harvard, and it was originally just for students there, and then it expanded to a few more schools. And in the early days, you had to have a student email with a .edu at the end of it, indicating that your email was through an educational institution in order to get on. And then it just became so popular and so many people wanted in that they dropped that and opened it to everybody.
I know MySpace seemed to be the one for a while, and then that kind of has gone down, and for some reason Facebook took off. Do we know why that one particular site, I guess that's the number one site right now, isn't it, for social media?
Yeah, it really is. It has more users online than there are residents in the United States, which gives you an idea of how many folks are out there. And I think some of the early sites just didn't continue to innovate, and they didn't continue to add features or make their sites work faster and better, and Facebook sort of swooped in and became the host of the most.
Also, Twitter, that has taken off in the last couple of years, which is kind of a mini version of Facebook, if you will. You only have 140 characters, but when I heard about that when it first came out, I said, well, that'll just be a fad, but I was wrong. I guess that's where it's going too, isn't it?
Well, Twitter is great for busy people, and I think we've seen from things like the Haiti earthquake how important sharing a couple of sentences or a link to photos or updates from someplace can be. So I agree. It's really been mind-blowing how important some of these sites have become.
Well, I know particularly for what I do, anybody in media, pretty much every TV and radio station, newspaper has a presence on these sites now where you can just post your stories and videos and audio right away. So that's one of the great, I guess, business benefits of it, in addition to the personal side. And I guess your book focuses more on the business aspect of how you can use the social media to help market your business, right?
Sure, because I would say the number one question I get from people is, I'm on Facebook, now what? So they have been told that they need to have social media for their business, but nobody's told them what to do once they get out there. So they make a Facebook page, or they set up a Twitter profile, and then they sit there and stare at the screen and go, now what do I do? And they don't know what to say, they don't know who they're looking to connect with, and they're not sure how this will do anything for their business. So I wrote the book to answer all of those questions.
It really is kind of daunting when you look at it. I mean, you see all these people on there, and sure, you can post, or, we have a product on sale if you're running a business or something like that, but you have to kind of keep at it, don't you? I know you talk about in the book that there's more to just than posting. You have to kind of be interactive with other people and try and not always try and sell all the time. Isn't that an important part of it?
Oh, sure. It's a conversation, and Facebook and Twitter and other sites out there in social media are like a neighborhood, and hopefully you wouldn't move into a new neighborhood and start going door to door trying to force your new neighbors to buy something from you. It wouldn't make you very popular. It's the same way in a social media community. You need to be a good neighbor. You need to get to know people. You need to offer tips, free advice, resources, answers, valuable information to help them solve a problem related to your expertise, and people will get to like you, start to see you've got something valuable to say, and you begin a relationship. That relationship, hopefully, leads to them spending some money with you.
And you have to be on it frequently, and I think you even say 30 minutes a day or something around that time frame, right? I mean, it has to be more than just once a week, every couple of weeks, right?
Oh, sure. The book is set up for busy people, short chapters, and the idea of 30 minutes a day for 30 days. everybody can carve out that much time for a good cause, like getting some more clients. And if you do that, you'll have a social media strategy up and running. But you're right, you can't just leave it at that. You have to be putting new information out there frequently, a couple of times a week at least, so that there's always something to come back to.
How do you increase your, I guess on Facebook it's friends, but on all the sites you want to get people that will follow you. Are there some tips you can give on how to do that?
Oh, sure. You don't want to just friend everybody and anybody, because everybody is not a potential buyer for your product. If you're honest with yourself, you know that there are certain characteristics about who would be your ideal customer. You want to go looking for people who match those characteristics. And the best way to find them is see where people are already talking about your topic, like in Facebook groups or on Twitter's twibes.com, which are basically groups for Twitter. Find people who are already having the conversation, go join into the conversation, add value, and then invite them back to your site to find out more.
That's a good idea, because you get involved with conversations in chat rooms, and then that way you can develop friendships or business acquaintances that way.
Sure, you want to let people know, because by seeing that you're willing to help and have something valuable to say, that you're really an expert. And so when they're ready to buy, they're likely to check you out first.
How about one of the sites you see a lot of TV stations, and obviously private people do now, but YouTube has become probably more watched than a lot of even TV stations on over the networks. That has really exploded, hasn't it?
Oh, it has. And, you know, YouTube is wonderful for adding sight, sound, and motion to your website and your social media and giving people the real feeling that they've met you. It's really easy with today's digital video cameras to shoot 2 or 3 minutes of video, maybe you talking about how to do something, how to fix something, how to apply the information that you write about, answer a question, etc., and put it up on YouTube for the world to see. It's just a great way for people to get to know you.
And it's all kind of coming together where I think internet, TV, radio, it's all going to be one delivery system, maybe different pieces of machinery, but it's all kind of combining together nowadays. So that it really is a revolution we're undergoing right now, isn't it, Gail?
Oh, it's amazing, and it's so powerful because it puts the timing in the hands of the user, even more so than TiVoing your favorite TV program. If you go out on social media and you want to find out what's going on with your favorite celebrity or how to solve a problem, all the information is right there when you have time to look at it, and that's powerful stuff.
And we're still at the beginning of it, too. I mean, where do you see this going, Gail? I mean, how much further can it go, I guess, right? I guess there'll be new gadgets develop all the time, but where do you see it going?
I think you're right that it will become more and more integrated. So I think maybe a year or two from now, we won't really even think about the dividing lines between Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. It will all be very seamless, and it will probably get easier and easier for people to go to one place and manage all of their accounts. There are already programs out there that let you do that. I think that will become even more popular so that you don't have to log into half a dozen different places and spend a lot of time updating.
Right. Yeah, that can take more time just going from site to site, isn't it?
Oh, sure. There are already programs out there like Hootsuite and TweetDeck that let you do that, but I think they'll get better and more powerful and easier to use.
Well, it's a fascinating topic and great book. One of those kind of books you can read a few minutes at a time, Gail. It's called 30 Days to Social Media Success. And give out a website, Gail, people can get a hold of you or the book.
Sure. Well, people can find the book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Borders, any of the bookstores anywhere in the country, as well as in FedEx office stores. And you can find me online at GailMartinMarketing.com.
Great, Gail. Appreciate you taking a few minutes today, and we will do some social media with you, because we'll send you a link to this interview. How about that?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Gail. We'll talk to you soon.